to show you guys a quick video that you can do with any Theraband you have at home. So I want to show you that I have this little pack that has Therabands in different colors. For this video, I'm going to try and stick with just using this green one. If you don't have a Theraband at home that's a loop like this, what you can do with a long one is just kind of tie it and make sure it's secure when you tie it, and then you can tie it in a loop yourself. So you have a couple options. This one, the one that I want to use today, you'll see it says soft. So again, use whatever you have at home, whether it's something that might be a little bit more resistive. You can maybe press into it a little bit less. If it's a little bit less resistive, then maybe you can always add more reps or something if you aren't feeling it as much. So I'm going to try and do here a full body workout for you to get with your Theraband. So you're going to start in standing. Start with your feet about hip distance apart, and then start by really grounding through your feet. So what I want you to do is draw your shoulders up towards your ears and then all the way down your back. So you're really kind of plugging your shoulders into your shoulder sockets. And then from here, you're just going to start pulsing out into the band. And then as I'm pulsing, I'm going to keep my shoulders kind of drawing into their sockets as I pulse all the way up towards the ceiling. My arms might disappear a little bit, but you can assure that I'm still going. And then I'm going to work my way down. So pulsing down. And then as you're pulsing here, try to keep your palms facing each other. Keep your fingers long. And I have my thumb out of the band as I'm going up and then working my way down. So I will say for this one, I usually do try to use a lighter band, but since I'm trying to use the same band for the whole workout, I definitely am already starting to feel my shoulders working. Then I'm trying to press out evenly from my fingers, so from my index finger knuckle to my pinky finger knuckle. I'm not trying to put more tension on one side or the other. I'm just going even. My elbows are staying long, and I'm trying my best to keep my shoulders down as much as I can without having them round forward. And they might rise up a little bit when you reach your arms up, which is fine, but just kind of lowering your shoulders back down as you reach your arms down. Good, let's do one more like this. And then reaching all the way forward and down. Okay, so you can shake that out a little bit. So we're actually going to stay using the band from here. So again, you choose how much tension you decide you can control, pressing out into the band here. So keep your thumbs out of the band, press out gently, and you're just going to start bringing one arm up and then the other arm up. So almost as if you're like driving a car, making a left turn, making a right turn, going up and switching. Good. And you'll notice here I still have a little bit of a press out. So I'm trying to really focus on not allowing the band to go slack. Good. And I'm going to keep my left arm up, my right arm down, and I'm just going to pulse out here. Good. Little pulses, let's say for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1, and then I'm going to switch. Right hand up, left hand down, and I'm going to pulse for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1, rest. Okay, so from here, I'm going to place the band just outside of my thighs, above my knee, and I'm going to come to lying on my back. Good. I'm going to have my heels close to my sits bones. And I'm gonna try to press my shoulders down towards the mat. And I have a hard floor, so it's a little bit uncomfortable sometimes. So I just try to find a position where my shoulder blades do feel comfortable. My heels are close to my sits bones, and I'm just gonna start just curling my pelvis back, feeling my lower back lengthen. And then I'm just gonna do the reverse of that, so sticking my tailbone out. Good. Now you just have a little bit of tension into the band. So my knees right now with my loop are hip distance apart, and I'm just not allowing the band to go slack. I'm exhaling as I curl back, and then I'm inhaling as I stick my tailbone out. And then next time I curl my tailbone back, my lower back will touch the mat, and I'll start slowly peeling my spine up from the mat. And then as I do that, I'm trying to send my knees forward, lengthening through the front of my hips. And then again, not allowing the band to go slack as I slowly begin to articulate down. Good, I'm gonna inhale at the bottom. And then I'm gonna exhale as I curl my pelvis from the mat and start lifting up into my bridge. And I'm going to do 2 more like this, just trying to articulate from my spine. Good. Taking this more as a massage for my spine than really trying to activate other areas of my body. And then this next time I lift up, I'm going to keep my hips lifted. Good. I'm going to keep tension in the strap, and I'm going to use this strap as a cue to try to keep my thighs aligned. So I'm going to press into my left foot, and I'm going to reach my right leg forward, trying not to lower my right hip down. And then I'm going to lower my right leg, press into my left foot, and then I'm going to reach my left foot forward. And then I'm going to keep switching here. Again, trying to move the band as little as possible as I'm alternating here. Good, so I am shifting weight from side to side with my feet, but trying not to take away from my hips being leveled. And then next time my right foot's forward, I'm going to keep my right leg forward. And now, instead of articulating, I'm going to try to hinge from my hips. So I'm going to lower my hips down, keeping, again, tension in the band. And I'm going to lift my hips up. Still trying to keep my thighs aligned. Good, let's do 3 more. I'm going to do 2 more, shooting my right leg, forward. And 1 more. I'm going to lower that leg. Again, find that alignment of my thighs and my hips. I'm going to reach my left leg forward now. And then I'm going to lower, and I'm going to lift. So with your left leg reaching forward here, try to elongate the leg as much as you can so you don't collapse in your left waistline. Say 3 more. 2. And 1. I'm going to lift up, lower my leg, lift my hips up by sending my knees a little more forward, and then exhale, roll yourself all the way down towards the mat. And from here, I'm just going to hug my knees into my chest and just rock from side to side. Okay, I'm going to bring the band just outside of ankles. And then I'm going to lie on my right side. So you have some options here. You can prop yourself up on your bottom arm like this, or you can prop yourself up in your bottom hand, or you can reach your arm long and just kind of rest down. So I'm just going to reach my bottom arm long because it's comfortable for my neck here. And then my top hand is just going to rest right in front of me on the mat. My legs are reaching long away from me. And then for your legs, feel free to bring them a little bit forward. That'll just help you stay balanced, or you can keep them reaching just long from a line away from your hip. So you can keep your bottom leg down. Let's flex your top foot and then lift your top foot up so that you have some tension in the strap. So I'm not really pressing into it. This is going to be my low point. So from my low point, I'm going to lift up and then I'm going to lower down back to that point. So I'm lifting up and I'm lowering down. And then I have my top foot in a parallel position. Good, I'll say 4 more. 3, 2. I'm going to keep my leg lifting up. I'm going to do little pulses up. Good, for 4, 3, 2, 1, rest. Good, little bit of a rest. Now go ahead and bring your top leg up again. So from here, I'm going to try to keep my hips stacked. I'm going to turn my toes down towards the mat. So I'm doing that moving from my hip joint, not my ankle. And then I'm going to turn my toes up towards the ceiling. So almost as if you're turning a key in a lock. It's just kind of spinning my leg bone inside of my hip socket here. And your range might be different from mine, more or less, and that's okay. Just kind of working with what you can do without rocking your hips forward or back. For 2 and 1, I'm going to rest, take a quick break. Good, and then I'm going to lift my top leg back up. This time I'm going to bring my bottom leg up to reach my top leg, and then I'm going to lower my bottom leg down. Bottom leg is going to lift up, and then it's going to lower down. Good, and again, I'm pressing into this top hand to try and keep me balanced here. Good, and if it feels too much pressure under your bottom hip, you can always bring a cushion or maybe roll up another mat here. Let's say 1 more. I'm going to hold both legs up, try to lift up a little bit higher, and I'm going to roll my legs down. Good, and then we'll do the other side. So you can either turn over, I'm just going to switch sides so you don't have to see my back. So I'm going to come all the way down again. I'm resting on my bottom hand, and then again my legs are long. I'm going to flex my feet, lift my top leg up so that my band isn't slack. And then from here, I'm going to lift my top leg up and then come back to that low point. And I'm going to lift up and then come back to that low point. So notice I'm not trying to rush through this. I'm trying to feel the tension of the band, and I'm not allowing it to go slack, and I'm keeping my foot in a parallel position. Good, you might feel it more or less on one side or the other. For 2 and 1, I'm going to rest my leg down. And then I think I forgot some pulses, so I'm going to actually keep it up and I'm going to start pulsing up. For 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and now I'm going to rest it down. From here, we'll bring that top leg up again. And I'm keeping some tension in the strap. I'm going to turn my toes down towards the floor and then up towards the ceiling. And then down towards the floor and up towards the ceiling. Good, again, I'm not moving from my ankle, I'm just pivoting my femur or my leg bone inside of my hip socket. Good, my hips are not rocking forward or back. For 2, and 1, and I know I'm shaking a little bit. I'm going to lower that top leg down. Good, we have 1 more on this side. So go ahead and lift your top leg up, keep it there. Bring your bottom leg up, and then lower your bottom leg down. So this is the only time the band is going to be going slack. Trying to keep my top leg as still as I can. Let's say for 3, for 2, and 1. You're going to hold it there. Maybe lift your legs a little bit higher, and then rest, come all the way down. Good, go ahead and help yourself up. So now, I'm going to take the band. Okay, so now I'm going to take the band, and I'm going to place it, my left leg into it, so it's the one facing you, and I'm going to bring my right foot into the band. Okay, so from here, you'll see again, both knees are going to be down for now, and then I'm going to have both hands underneath my shoulders. I'm going to try to engage my shoulders by drawing my shoulders down, and then with my shoulders down, you can see I'm kind of like imagine a turtle coming out of its shell. I'm kind of trying to turn out from my arms, and my head kind of comes forward, and I want to try to keep that there. So with my right foot, I'm going to reach my right foot straight back. And then I know I have some difficulty with this, but the goal is to try to keep your pelvis from moving and your spine, so that the motion is just coming from your hip and your knee bending and straightening or flexing and extending. And like I said, just ideally you do want to keep your pelvis from moving. I'm doing the best I can, so if you see some movement, it's just me trying to stabilize. So next time I reach my leg back, I'm going to keep my leg reaching back. So this time your pelvis will move a little bit, which is fine. Again, just trying to keep it from moving as best you can. I'm going to reach my right leg over to my left side. I'm going to reach it up, and I'm going to lower it out to the right side, and I'm going to reach it up. So I'm focusing, as much as I wanted to reach it far, I really want to focus on reaching it up toward the ceiling. So I'm kind of reaching up to where that fold is between your glute and your hamstring. Good, we'll say 2 more. And then 1 more. Good, and then I'm going to lower this leg down. Okay, so I'm going to switch into the other side. So I'm just going to kind of get into it by drawing my right leg straight into the band, taking my left thigh out of the band, and then bringing the thigh right around my ankle here. Okay, so again, hands are underneath my shoulders. I'm going to draw myself kind of out of my little shell. So my shoulders are kind of rolling down, plugging right into their sockets. And then from here, I'm going to reach my left leg straight back. I'm going to reach my left leg down. I'm trying to keep my spine as neutral as I can. And then you might see some movement in my pelvis, and that's okay. Can't really tell if I'm moving this one less or more than the other side. But again, ideally I'm trying to keep my pelvis steady and just flex at my hip and my knee and extend at my hip and my knee. So I don't have a mirror here, but I have the video. So I'm ideally trying to reach my left leg out so it's leveled with my hip. Let's do 2 more. And 1 more. Good, I'm going to keep my left leg reaching back. I'm going to reach my left leg over to the left side. I'm going to reach up and then down to the right side. So again, might have some movement in my pelvis and my back. I'm just trying to keep it as steady as possible. And then when I lift up, I'm focusing on lifting up where that fold is between my hamstring and my glute. Try to keep equal weight through both my hands. Let's say 2 more. And finishing going to the right, going up, and then resting down. Nice, and then from here I'm just gonna take the band off of my thighs. And then without the band, I'm just gonna go into a little bit of a stretch here. So just to kind of open up my hips. So I'm gonna come into, think of like a wide child's pose to get my hips a little bit more. I'm gonna cross my right ankle over my left. I'm gonna sit my hips back into a child's pose. And then I'm gonna reach my arms over towards the left side and try to sink back into my right hip a little bit more here. Good, I'm gonna come back to center. Bring my left ankle over my right. Sit back into my left hip. Reach my arms over towards the right side. Opening up through that hip. Okay. Then I'm gonna come all the way up into standing. I know I'm a little bit cut out, so I'll bring this up a little bit. Then from here, I'm just gonna keep the band kind of just like how we started. And I'm gonna take a deep inhale. I'm gonna reach the band up towards the ceiling. And I'm not really pressing out into it. I'm just keeping a little bit of tension just to remind my shoulders where I want them to be. My feet are gonna be about hip distance apart. And on my exhale, I'm gonna start reaching my arms forward. Again, just not allowing the band to go slack, but not necessarily adding tension. I'm gonna be rolling all the way down. Maybe bending my knees a little bit if I feel like I need to release my lower back some. I'm gonna take an inhale here. And on my exhale, I'm gonna slowly start stacking my spine up as I lengthen my knees and come all the way up. And then thank you for joining me for our Theraband workout. I hope you enjoyed it.